This is a video about the hidden psyche of Generation X or Gen X. So those who were born between 1965 to 1980. What do I mean by hidden psyche? I mean the parts of our minds, the parts of our thinking that we hide away from ourselves and from other people. So what did Gen X experience? Gen X experienced first seeing the illusions, right? They were the first large group of people that saw the illusions of the system. They saw that the system was failing. They experienced the system failing firsthand, and they were the first to sound the alarm of the system failing. So in turn, this taught them self-reliance because they were kind of like seen as the rebels, and they experienced that feeling of being seen as a rebel. So it taught them to be self-reliant. It taught them to be more independent. So in turn, they experienced emotional abandonment. Right. Another thing is that this independence came from both parents being at work. Right. They were the first large group of people that experienced both parents being at work. During this period, the women were being more accepted into the workspace. So Gen Xers they started priding themselves as being independent and not needing so much. And sometimes they felt like asking for help was embarrassing. This sounds a little bit like me, but I'm not a Gen Xer, I'm more of a millennial. They were the ones that distrust authority and institutions. They saw the broken marriages. They saw other parts of the system that was broken. So they were the first large group that was losing faith of the system, and they were the first to sound the alarm on that, like I said before. And during this time, it was seeing all of this was very painful. Seeing all this must have been very hurtful, and to hide this grief, they were the ones that were laughing a lot or used it as humor, right? They used this pain as something to be laughed at, something to be um, humored, and that sometimes was what helped repress their emotions, repress their what they were feeling, actually feeling. Because of their extreme independence, this helped them suppress their loneliness. They didn't like to be seen by other people, and they preferred to be invisible. They learned how to be invisible from others because of their distrust of the society, their distrust of other people. Um, they didn't want people to know that they distrust the society at large. So since Gen Xers are all about being independent, they have a they have some sort of fear of being dependent on other people. They they preferred love but at a distance because they didn't trust love being there at all times. They feared it of disappearing at some point because they saw the system, all parts of the system, including marriages, breaking down. So they saw that things didn't last forever. So that included love itself. The next video I'll be delving into the hidden psyche of the millennial, which is my age group, and that is something I know much more of. So stay tuned to that.